Okay, so good morning, students, and welcome to the online lecture for the engineering graphics. In last lecture, we have discussed about the involutes and the spirals, involute and the cycloid. Okay, so in today's lecture, we will discuss about this is our last topic, that is the spiral. Okay, so here we have seen in the last lecture we have discussed about the helix. Okay, helix and the involute. Okay, so in helix, we have seen two things. That is, one is the helix is drawn on the cylinder. So we have seen this is on the cylinder. Okay, and here the you have to remember that the half core is a dark core, and while the remaining half core is a dotted line. Why it is so? Because the observer is here at the bottom, and this is the bottom points are visible to the, that means the half semicircle is visible to the observer. So this semicircle is visible to the observer. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is visible to the observer. The topmost semicircle, so this one, that means from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is not visible to the observer. That's why it is called as the invisible part, and this is shown by means of the dotted line. So we have shown it by dotted line. Okay. The construction is very simple. We have drawn first the top view of the cylinder, which is a circle, and then we have drawn the front view of the cylinder, that is a rectangle. We have divided the circle into 8 parts, and we have divided the axis of the cylinder. Okay, so this or this one, we have divided this into 8 parts. So common divisions here and here. Then after that, we have transferred this one to projection of one. Okay, then two on the projection of two. So this is the projection of two. Okay, we have cut it here. Then three on the projection of three. So this is the projection of three. Then four goes up to the projection of four. So here we have here the four projection up to here. Then five goes up to the projection of five. So this is the projection of five. 6 goes to the projection of 6. So this is the projection of 6 here. 7 goes on the projection of the 7. So it goes up to here. And last point is the 8. So 8 is here. Okay. So we got number of points, out of which the 4 points are visible to the observer. So 1, 2, 3, 4 are visible to the observer. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this one is 4. Okay. So 4 here. This is visible to observer. Then this is 5, 6, 7, and 8. So 5, 6, 7, 8 up from 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is not visible to the observer. So the part which is not visible in engineering drawing, it is shown by means of the dotted line. Okay, we have to show it by means of the dotted line. Okay, so we have drawn this one. After that, we have solved the same problem using that is on using the core. Okay, here also we have done the same thing. We have first drawn the top view, then we have drawn the front view. So top view of the cone is a circle. We have divided the circles into the 8 parts, and then we have divided the cone into the 8 parts also. Okay. So likewise, and then same thing, we have transferred the projection upward, and we have started the divisions from the top. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have taken only 8, and we have divided the circle in the circles also into 8 divisions. Okay. So we have drawn that we have solved that question only for the one turn. So one turn means it is only the 8 divisions. Okay. So this question is solved for the 1 plus half turn, so that is total 12 divisions. That's why circle is divided into 12 parts, and this axis is also divided into 12 parts. Okay. So now today we will see what is meant by the spiral. Okay, we will see the construction method for the spiral. Now spiral is defined as the locus of the point which moves around the center. Okay, so here if you see, called the pole, while moving toward or away from the center. Okay, so here it is what it is the locus of a point which moves around a center called pole while moving toward or away from the center. So here this is that if you take this one stick here, suppose if you take here one stick here, so point P is here. Okay, now you rotate this one. You rotate this stick. So when you rotate this stick, what will happen? In every division, this point will move one division forward. Okay, it is going toward the center. So here it will come here, then here it will come here, it will come here, and lastly it will come up to the center. So here this is point, this is point, this is point, and then the point P, it comes out to the center. Okay, that means what is happening? The point is P is moving toward the center. Okay, so that is the first condition, the first type of problem. The second type of problem is what? The P is moving from center to the end. So that is the second type of problem. Okay, so we will see here the first case, that is the P point is moving toward the center. Okay, the P point is moving toward the center, and we will construct the spiral. Okay, so how to construct this spiral now? Okay, so we will take this problem. Now this spiral is called as the Archimedean spiral. Okay, the spiral is invented by means of the inventor. So that's why this is called as what, the Archimedean spiral. Okay, now for one convolution means what? One convolution means what? It is one revolution. One revolution means what? The angle is 360 degree. We have to take the total circle, and this is one convolution. That means 360 degree angle. Okay, so one convolution, or it is also called as the revolution. We will take the radius of the circle is 80 mm. We will take the radius of the circle is 80 mm. Okay, now let us see the procedure to construct the spiral. So I have drawn here the circle of 80 mm radius. So this is 80 mm. So if you see here, so this is 80 mm. Okay, so if you check here, I have drawn the circle of 80 mm radius. So this is 80 mm radius circle. Then what I have done, I have divided the circles into 8 parts. Okay, so the 8 parts are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I have taken here 45 degree angle. So similar procedure what we have done here. So here 45 degree angle on this side and 45 degree angle on this side. I have drawn this 45 degree angle lines. Okay, and I have divided the circles into 8 parts. Okay, now we'll take now this is our center. Our aim is to move this point P from this end up to the center. Okay, so in each division, that means when the circle takes one division, the point P will move one division here. Okay, so we will see that how it moves. So we have divided the circle into 8 parts. Now we have to divide this CP. We have to divide this CP distance into 8 number of divisions. Always take equal number of divisions on this. This is the line and the divisions of the circle. Okay, so I will take here. I have taken here 1 centimeter distance in compass. Okay, and now we will divide this CP line into the 8 divisions. So this is the first division. Then this one is the second division. Okay, then this is third, 4, this one is 5. Okay, then this is 6. Okay, this is 7, and the last division is here. This one is the 8 number. 8. The last division is 8. Okay, so it is going somewhat outside. So this is there. So this is 8 here. Okay, so we have divided that CP line into 8 number of divisions. Okay, now how to take the nomenclature? See, this is 1. Okay, P will move. Suppose will take that P. P. The circle is moving in anti-clockwise direction. So like this. So here this is 1. So here this is 2. You consider this 2. I can't mark it. Okay, this is 2. Then this is 3. Then this is 4. This is 5. Okay. Then this one is 6 here. So it goes downward. Here this is 7, and last point is P. So that means this CP, the line, or we consider this as a pole, suppose. So this CP pole, it will move here. Okay, first here, then it will go here, then third, 4, 5, 6, 7, and again it comes to its original position. Okay, now the nomenclature is since the point P is moving from the end to the center, you have to mark the nomenclature from this end. Okay, from here 1, then this is 2. Then this is 3, this is 4 here, this one is 5, this one is 6 here, then this is 7, and last point is here. It will come up to here. Okay, point is moving from right to left, so you have to give the nomenclature from right to left. If you consider the second case, that means if the point P is here at the center, okay, then you have to give the nomenclature from here, from center. Then this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so we are considering the first case where the point P is moving from the end to the center. Okay, so I have marked the division from here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and last is the 8 division. So already we have divided the 8 divisions. Now what will happen when this CP line it moves here, P point it comes to 1. Okay, when this CP line is here, then the P point moves 2 divisions. When CP line is here on this line, then it takes 3 divisions. So P point it comes up to 3. Okay, likewise. So we will see that one. How we have to construct this one. So see this one. So we will consider now this CP line is here. So when the CP line is at one, so the P point moves up to one division. It takes one division. So how to take that one? So you take this distance in compass. That means it was C and one division. C one distance in compass, and then you draw the arc. You draw the arc up to here. Okay. So now our point P comes here. So this is our point P1. Okay. So see what is happening here when this CP it comes here. So P point moves one division. Okay, it moves one division. So we got this point. Now, when the CP is on this line, C2 line, so it will come forward two division. It comes two divisions. So how to draw that one then? So we have to take C2 distance in compass, okay, and then we have to draw the R. So it will come up to here. That means see. Now what is happen? So this point P comes up to here. So this is our P2 point. How much division the P point moves? Two division. Here it is one division. Here it is two divisions. Okay, it comes inside. It is coming inside two divisions here. Okay. Now the next one is C3. Okay, we will take C3 distance in compass. Okay. Now up to here. Okay. Now you see here. Now this point is how much? This point is what? P3. That means when this CP line is here, when the CP line comes here, the P point, it comes three division inside. Okay, so it has taken three divisions. That means 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. So it comes three divisions inside. Okay. Now on the similar ground, we will take the C4 distance in compass. Okay, you take C4 distance in compass. Then when the CP line is here, so it will move how much division? Now it is on 4, so it will take 4 divisions. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it comes here. So this is our P4 points. Okay. So you name this as a P4. P4. Okay. So the logic is what? Whenever it is when this CP line it revolves and when it comes here, so it moves how much division? It will move 4 divisions inside. So that divisions we have taken from here. We have taken C4 distance and we have cut it here. Okay. Now the next division is now the CP line comes here now on C5. Now when it comes on C5, it will move how much division inside? It moves C. It moves 5 divisions. Okay. So we have to take now 5 divisions. So C5 distance in compass. Okay. We have taken 5 divisions here. Okay. So C5 divisions, C5 distance in compass, and then draw the R and cut the C5 line. So here. Okay. So here, so this is how much? This is P5 point. Now, how much divisions it goes inside? 5 divisions. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That means this distance. This distance is how much? 5 divisions. This distance is how much? 4 divisions. This much division. This division is how much? 3 divisions. This is 2 divisions. This is 1 division. This is the original location of the point P. Okay. So whenever it goes to the location 1, it moves 1 division. When it goes to 2, it moves 2 division. When it goes to 3 divisions, when it goes to 4 divisions, and when it goes to 5 divisions, and that we are taking the distances from here. Okay, so when you take C1 distance, so that means it is 1 division. When you take C2 distance and you cut the 2 line, then it means 2 divisions. C3 distance, and when you cut the third line, that means the 3 divisions. C4 distance, and when you cut the C4 line, that means it moves 4 divisions. When you take C5 distance in compass, and if you when you are cutting C5 line, that means it moves 5 divisions. Now 6. Now similarly for 6 now. Okay. Now let us take the C6 distance. Now C6 distance means how many divisions it will move? It will move 6 divisions on C6 line. So here, so it has now this is our P6 point. This is our P6 point. That means on this line, it has moved 6 divisions, and now only the one division is remaining. That is the C. Okay, C7 divisions now, last divisions. So this is C7. Okay, so C7 we have to mark on C7. Okay, here. So you have to mark it here then, like this. Okay, so this is how much? This is what? This is our P7 point. This is our P7 point. Which one? This one. And last point is what? Then it moves up to here. It will go up to here. Okay. So see, if you see on C7, this distance is how much? It is 7 division. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 division. So this division, the P point moves. Okay. So in every turn, it takes one division inward. 1, then here 2, then here 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, and this is 7. And lastly, it goes to the center. Okay. Now what we have to do now? Again, we have to use now here in total this unit, we have to use the French curve, and then we have the point P. It has started from here, then it goes to 1. Okay, you have to join this 1 point, then you have to join this 2 point. Okay, then you have to join this 3 point. 3 division, it goes inward. Then 4 division, it goes inward. Then 5 division, then 6 division, then 7 division, and finally it goes up to the center. It goes up to the 7. Okay. So likewise, whatever we have drawn this red curve, okay, whatever the red curve we have drawn, so this is called as the spiral. This is called as our spiral. Okay. So what we have done, we have just taken the line from the, we have taken the line, we have joined all the points from P, P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, P6, P7, and it comes up to the center. Okay. So this is the spiral, Archimedean spiral, which is obtained when the P point is moving from end to the center. When it is moving from end to the center. Okay. So this is the first condition. Now let us take the second condition now. So this is the first condition when the P point is moving from end to the center. Now we will take the second condition when P point will move from center to the end. Okay. Now let us take that condition. Okay. So we will take that one. So let me take the same color. Okay. Now we will take again the same radius in distance in compass. So I will again construct this one. So from here, now the radius is what? The radius is 8 centimeter or 80 mm. Okay, it is 80 mm. Okay, so construct the circle of 80 mm. Okay, so likewise, so this is the circle of 80 mm radius. Then we have to construct here the diameters here. Okay, so these are the diameters. The horizontal, we have to construct the horizontal and the vertical diameters. Okay, so use your roller scale, okay, and construct here the two diameters. Okay, so I have drawn the two diameters here. Okay, after that, we have a circle. We have drawn the circle, so we will divide the circles. Always divide the circles into the 8 parts because that is easy for us to construct to get the minimum points. So this is 45 and this is 45. Again, we have to use the scale, and we have to join this 45-degree angle lines. If you join the 45-degree line, so then the circle will get divided into the 8 parts. Okay, like this, and it comes forward. It comes on the downside also like this. Okay, and this 45-degree line also. Okay, so this will come here, this side, and on the bottom side also. So always divide the circle. Whenever you draw the circle, okay, in engineering drawing, whenever you draw the circle, just divide it into 8 parts. Okay, always divide the circle into 8 parts. Okay, you can divide the circles into 12 parts also by taking the radius distance and marking the intersection from the 4 diametrical endpoints. Okay, just refer our previous video. We have divided the circles into 12 parts. Okay, but just for simplicity, so I'm dividing the circle into the 8 parts here. So I have taken here 45-degree angle, here 45-degree angle, and I have drawn just 2 lines, and my circle get divided into 8 parts. Okay, now the next thing is, last time we have taken the point at the end. We have taken the point here. We have taken point P here. Now I am taking point P here. Okay, now P is moving from center. Okay, it is moving from center and it is going here at the end. So this is our end now. In first case, the point P moves from end to the center. Now it is going from P from center to the end. Okay. Now here also the same thing. What we'll do? We have divided the circles into 8 parts. Now we want the same number of divisions. We want the same number of divisions on our line CP. Okay. So this is the line P. And I'm taking this as a point, suppose C point. Okay, so just for simplicity, I'm taking the same nomenclature. So this is 1 centimeter distance in compass, because this is 80, this is 80, what this is 80 mm line, 8 centimeter line. So I will divide this into 8 divisions, because I have divided the circles into 8 parts. So this is first division, then this is second division, and this is third division, fourth division here, then this is fifth division, okay, this is sixth division, okay, this is seventh division, and last division. Okay, so some error is there, okay, but you draw it correctly. So last division is here. Okay, if you take the distance correctly, so you will not get here any error. Okay, so you mark the distance correctly here. Okay, now after that, what will happen? So last time we have divided this line, and we have taken the nomenclature from the right hand side. Why from this right hand side? Because initially the point is here. Point P is moving from end to the center. So that's why we have taken the nomenclature from the end. But now the point P is moving from center to the end. So we have to take the nomenclature from P point. So 1, 2, then this is 3, then this is 4, then this is 5, this is 6, okay, this is 7, and this last point is our 8 point. That is the C point. Okay. So we have divided the line PC into 8 number of divisions. Now from where we have to give the nomenclature, that is number 1. So that is from P point. Okay, from P point, that is here it is moving from center to end. This direction from left to right it is going. So you have to give the nomenclature from left to right. In first case, it is moving from right to left. Okay, so that's why we have to given the nomenclature from this direction. Now again the same procedure. This is our 1. Okay, this is our 2. Then this is 3. Okay, this is 4. Okay, then this is 5. This one is 6. Okay, this is 6 here. This one is 7, and last is 8 hour. Okay, the last is 8 point. Okay, so now the same procedure what we have followed in the last the problem. So now one you take the P1 distance in compass, because when this PC rod it comes here on this P1 position. So how much division it will move? 1 division. Okay, so we have to take 1 division in compass. So it will move here. So 1 division. We got here 1 division. So we got here our first point. So this is our first point. That is our P1 point. Now when this PC rod it comes on two position, vertical position P2. How many divisions it will move? It will move 2 divisions. Okay, it will move 2 divisions. So you have to take 2 divisions in compass, and then you have to mark. You have to cut the P2 line. Okay, so here this is our second point, that is our P2 point. That means when it comes to second position, it will move 2 divisions. Now when it comes to three position, when it comes to P3 position, it will move 3 divisions. So you have to take here 3 divisions in compass. So take 3 divisions in compass. So here, and cut the third line. So that means your P3, you will get here P3 point. So how many divisions P move? So from center it moves 3 divisions. Okay. Now when this PC rod it comes on P4 position, it will move how many divisions? 4 divisions it will move. So you have to take P4 distance in compass. Just take P4 distance in compass here. So 4 number of divisions it will move, and just cut the P4 line. So it will take here, this is P4 line. Now when this PC rod it comes on 5 number of 5 position, so it will move 5 divisions. So take the 5 divisions in compass. Okay, so this time, and then cut the 5th line. Okay, so this is P5. This is P5. Now when this PC it comes on the 6th position, so it will move 6 divisions. So go for 6 now, 6 divisions from P. Okay, so here it will move up to here. So here it will got here, this is P6. Okay, we got here, this is P6. Now when it comes on P7, so it will move 7 number of divisions. So we have to take 7 number of divisions on the compass. So this is 7 number of divisions, and then cut the 7th line, that P7 line. So here it is P7, and lastly it will go up to C. Now only one division is remaining, so it will go up to here. Okay. So see what is happening here. It is very simple. Just imagine yourself here at point P. असं इमेजिन करा की आपण P पॉइंट ला उभा आहोत. जेव्हा आपली पोझिशन 1 राहील, तेव्हा आपण किती डिव्हिजन पुढे जायचं? 1 डिव्हिजन पुढे जायचं. जेव्हा आपली पोझिशन 2 राहील तेव्हा किती डिव्हिजन पुढे जायचं, 2 डिव्हिजन पुढे जायचं. जेव्हा आपली पोझिशन 3 ला येईल तेव्हा किती डिव्हिजन पुढे जायचं, 3. वेन 4 ला पोझिशन येईल आपली तर 4 डिव्हिजन पुढे जायचं. 5 ला पोझिशन राहील आपली तेव्हा 5 डिव्हिजन पुढे जायचं. जेव्हा 6 ला पोझिशन येईल तेव्हा 6 डिव्हिजन पुढे जायचं. आणि 7 ला पोझिशन जेव्हा येईल तेव्हा 7 डिव्हिजन पुढे जायचं. आणि लास्टली आपण पुढे जाऊ, आपण या एंड पॉइंटला पोहोचून जाऊ. ओके, विल गो अप टू हियर. ओके, सो जस्ट इमॅजिन करा की आपण एक व्हेकल ड्राईव्ह करता तुम्ही आणि एक प्रत्येक पोझिशनला तुम्ही किती किलोमीटर पुढे जाताय. आपल्याला कुठे जायचं आहे, आपल्याला सी पॉइंटला जायचं आहे. आणि आपण प्रत्येक पोझिशनला काय करतो, जेव्हा 1 पोझिशन येईल तर आपण 1 किलोमीटर पुढे जाऊ. 2 पोझिशन येईल तेव्हा 2 किलोमीटर पुढे जाऊ. 3 पोझिशन येईल तेव्हा 3 किलोमीटर पुढे जाऊ. देन 4 पोझिशन येईल तेव्हा 4 किलोमीटर. 5 ला 5 किलोमीटर. 6 ला 6 किलोमीटर. 7 ला 7 किलोमीटर पुढे जाऊ. आणि लास्टली काय होईल, 8 ला आपण 8 किलोमीटर आपण पुढे जाऊ. म्हणजे आपण काय करतोय, 1 किलोमीटर पुढे जातोय. 1 किलोमीटर आपण पुढे जातोय. ओके, सो दॅट इज द ओनली द लॉजिक. नाव जॉईन दिस वन. कुठून स्टार्ट केलं होतं आपण, आता मागच्या वेळी आपण इथून ड्रॉ केला होता कारण पी पॉईंट इथे होता. नाव पॉईंट पी इज हिअर ऍट अ सेंटर. तर आपल्याला या पी इथून आपल्याला पी पॉईंट पासून स्टार्ट करायचं. सो P1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, and then lastly is 8. Okay, like this. हा कर्व कुठून स्टार्ट झाला, पी पासून स्टार्ट झाला अँड इट गोज अप टू द एंड पॉइंट. आणि मागचा कर्व काढताना आपण कसं केलं होतं, वी हॅव टेकन द पॉइंट पी हिअर. सो आपला कर्व असा आलेला होता. ओके, इफ यू सी दॅट लास्ट कर्व, सो इट इज हिअर लाईक दिस. ओके, सो जर पी पॉइंट इथं असेल तर हा ग्रीन कलरचा कर्व येईल आणि जर पी पॉइंट जर सेंटरला असेल तर या रेड कलरचा कर्व येईल. ओके, so this is the construction method for constructing the spirals. Okay, so this is your last topic from the unit number 3. Okay, so if you have any difficulty here you can ask me, otherwise we will stop here. Okay, so that is for the today's lecture. Okay, so thank you very much.